Picture someone who, on paper, has clearly made it. Good income, nice car in the driveway, the right neighborhood. And yet, if life handed them a surprise bill this week, a real one, they'd have to scramble, borrow, put it on a card, maybe sell something. From the outside, wealthy. On the inside, one rough month from the edge. And here's the strange part. That's not rare. And it's not just them. Some quiet version of it might be happening to you too. And once you see why, you genuinely can't unsee it. So let me show you. Almost all of us carry one quiet belief about money. That more of it will fix this. Hit the next salary, land the promotion, cross the next round number, and the stress finally stops. But the data tells a much stranger story. A 2025 report from Goldman Sachs found that 40% of people earning over $500,000 a year and 41% of those earning between $300,000 and $500,000 say they feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. Now, to be fair, they define that as feeling like you can't make real progress on your long-term goals, not that you literally can't pay the electric bill. But honestly, that's the whole point. Even at the very top, people feel behind. If a bigger paycheck were the cure, that number would be close to zero. It isn't even close. So what's actually going on? It has a name. Lifestyle creep. When your income goes up, your spending quietly rises to meet it. Not in one dramatic leap, in small, reasonable steps. The occasional lunch out becomes the everyday lunch out. The car that runs perfectly fine becomes a nicer one. The good enough apartment becomes a bigger place, with a room you walk past more than you walk into. Every single upgrade feels earned. Affordable, harmless, and on its own, it is. But they stack. And here's the cruel little twist. Once a luxury becomes your normal, going back doesn't feel like returning to fine. It feels like losing something. So the raise that should have bought you breathing room just quietly raised the floor of what you think you need. The number on your paycheck got bigger. The gap between what you earn and what you spend didn't. Which brings us to the one idea that reframes all of it. Wealth was never really about what you earn. It's about what you keep. And the moment that lands, something surprising falls into place. The people who look the richest are often the most stretched. And the people quietly building real security, they frequently look completely, almost boringly, ordinary. The neighbor with the older car and the unremarkable house may be in far better shape than the one with the least luxury and the enormous mortgage. So if you've ever felt behind because your life doesn't look as shiny as everyone else's, sit with this one. Looking rich and being secure are two completely different games. And most people are pouring everything into the one that can never actually be won. And there's something pouring fuel on all of it. Comparison. We don't measure enough against our own needs anymore. We measure it against a feed. Everyone's highlights, the trips, the kitchens, the upgrades, scrolling past in an endless stream. So the target keeps moving. You reach a goal you used to dream about. You look up, and comfortable has quietly relocated somewhere further out. There's a name for that treadmill. You adapt to each new level almost instantly, and then it stops feeling like anything at all. Which is exactly why no number ever feels like arriving. The goalpost isn't sitting at the finish line. The goalpost is the finish line, and it keeps walking away from you. Now here's where it gets genuinely sticky. A lot of lifestyle creep doesn't show up as fun spending. It shows up as commitments. The bigger home, the second car payment, the school, the memberships you signed up for with the best intentions. None of these feel optional once they're woven into your life. They start behaving exactly like fixed costs. And the more you earn, the bigger these commitments tend to be. Which is the real reason a high earner can feel just as trapped as someone earning a fraction as much. Same share of the money locked up before the month even starts. Same lack of room to breathe. Just with more expensive problems. The trap tightens precisely because the lifestyle is so hard to reverse. Pulling back feels like admitting something went wrong, so people don't. And the margin stays gone. So how do you actually get out? Not through deprivation, through intention. This isn't about cutting all the joy out of your life or living small. It's about choosing on purpose, instead of drifting by default. Start with one number that matters far more than your salary. The gap. The distance between what you earn and what you actually spend. That gap, not the income, is the thing that quietly turns into security over time. And 2 moves widen it. First, pay yourself first. Move a slice of money into savings and long-term investing automatically the moment you're paid, before it's even within reach to spend. Because saving whatever's left at the end almost never works, and saving first automatically almost always does. I'm not going to tell you which account or which fund. That depends on your life, and that's a conversation for a licensed professional. The behavior is the universal part. Automatic, consistent, before willpower ever enters the room. Second, audit the quiet commitments. Go through the recurring stuff, the subscriptions, the upgrades, the "I guess that's just my life now" expenses, and hold each one up to a single question. Is this still worth what it costs me? Keep what you genuinely value. Let go of what you were only paying for out of habit or to look a certain way for people who aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you fear. And here's the part that's actually freeing. If more money was never the answer, then you don't have to wait for some future salary to start feeling okay. You can widen that gap at the income you already have, starting now. You get to define your own enough. Not the feeds, not your neighbors, not the next bracket up. And then let your money serve that, instead of chasing a number that was always going to move. Because the real flex was never the car everyone can see. It's the quiet margin nobody can. The breathing room, the options. The nights you don't lie awake doing math at the ceiling. That's what wealth actually buys. And it was available to you the whole time. The moment you stop trying to look rich and start choosing to be free. So before you scroll on, finish this thought for me. What's one quiet commitment you'd keep and one you'd finally let go? Tell me in the comments. I read them. And if this shifted how you see money even a little, save it. Watch it again the next time a raise tempts you to upgrade your whole life. Future you and that growing gap will thank you.